championships at any level are earned through teamwork, sacrifice, and hard work. And the 1996-97 IRL Championship has been no exception, as the circuit has been a grueling test of determination and courage. The Points Championship is still on the line, and all eyes remain fixed on winning the elusive IRL Silver Cup. The bright lights of a city that never sleeps beckon as the IRL converges upon America's fastest growing tourist destination, Las Vegas, Nevada. And part of that excitement is the debut of the new IndyCar Speed World simulation racing game at the Sahara Hotel on the famous Las Vegas Strip. Just beyond the bright lights of the Strip comes the sounds of the Indy cars. 31 cars are here this week, an IRL record outside the Indianapolis 500. Monsoon Gallus Racing's Marco Greco is first out to qualify. Despite a last-lap fire on board, Greco is over 202 miles per hour and temporarily on the pole. Robbie Buell's 205-mile-an-hour lap knocks Greco from the top spot, while Eliseo Salazar and Ari Leyendyk are also quick and will start next to each other in row number 3. Trailing Tony Stewart by just 10 points in the championship battle, Davey Hamilton can benefit from the 2 points that the pole position offers. Hamilton's quick lap of 2:05 plus vaults him to the top of the speed charts.
That's all the car had, I'll guarantee you, and it was flat out all the way around, and there was no more in it, and that's all we can do.
Rookie speedster Jimmy Kite and PDM pilot Mark Dismore are also quick. But it's Billy Boat that's most impressive. Incredibly, Davey Hamilton's teammate rockets his A.J. Foyt machine to a hot lap of almost 207.5 miles an hour. Boat's first ever IRL pole position bumps his teammate from the top spot.
You know, it's a little bittersweet knocking Davey off the pole because he needed those 2 points for the championship. But with Tony behind me, you know, we just really couldn't take a chance on him getting those 2 points. So, you know, AJ told me just to go ahead and run for it, and I knew I had a fast race car, so I was pretty confident.
Team Menard's Tony Stewart takes one last shot at the pole, hoping to add the 2 points to his IRL championship lead. But it's not enough. He'll start third.
You know, I think we got a car that's capable of winning the race, and if we can go out and win the race, and the points take care of themselves.
Billy Boat becomes the 7th different pole winner in 13 IRL races. Saturday's race will definitely be anybody's to win. Winds and cool temperatures greet the race day participants. The difficult track conditions will make tonight's challenge that much more difficult. The race begins under caution as Chief Steward Brian Barnhart gives the drivers some extra laps to warm their tires. And the green flag is out, and here we go. Nice start as everybody is here on the tri-oval, and they head for turn number 1, 3 abreast racing. We have a car up high on the track kicking up some dust, but everything is okay as we go to Mike King.
Davey Hamilton will pull around Billy Boat, and he will lead him down the back straight. Boat will run second, and Robbie Buell third, followed by Eliseo Salazar. They head into turn 3. Everybody safely down the back straight. Bob, they're headed to 4.
Davey Hamilton's early lead evaporates as rookie Jeff Ward goes to the point. Jeff Ward just incredibly taking the lead here in the tri-oval at the line. He takes the lead from Davey Hamilton. And boy, we noticed a car that was passing up on the high line there in turn number 1. It was Jeff Ward, and he's just moving away, Mike.
Jeff Ward, an amazing start. He started in the 12th position, the outfit of row 6, and now he has already put some 6, maybe 10 car lengths between him and second place Robbie Buell.
Charlotte winner Buddy Lazier is out early with mechanical trouble.
We got a really great start, about 10 cars up high. The car felt really great, and all of a sudden it just stopped running.
All right, the field now in turn number 3. The pace car already down on the apron of the racetrack. In 5th position is Mark Dismore. In 6th place is our pole setter, Billy Boat. As here comes Jeff Ward, who already has a pit lead on Robbie Buell, and the green flag coming out once again. And now Buell begins to have a challenge by Eliseo Salazar. And Mark Dismore is moving past Tony Stewart as they head for the backstretch once again.
We look at the middle of the pack, and we have got maybe 7 cars contending for one position. Davey Hamilton among them as he watches Marco Greco go by him on the outside. But out front, it's still Jeff Ward, but Eliseo Salazar, Bob is charging.
So the title contenders at the moment are running in 5th position, and Davey Hamilton is now shown in the 10th position. He just did lose the 9th spot as Scott Goodyear picked up that 9th position. As far as I'm concerned, Gary, the 2 surprises, at least in these first 17 laps, are Jeff Ward and Mark Dismore, although Dismore did have a good qualifying run on Thursday night.
Carolyn, after seeing what Jeff did at the Speedway during the month of May, it really should not be a surprise to see what Jeff Ward has done, although the jump from 12th to the lead in the first 3 laps was somewhat incredible.
On lap 37, Greg Ray tags the wall in turn 2.
We've got a problem in the back straight. A car up against the outside wall. Impossible to see his number from here as that car is glued to the outside wall, but it did appear that there was contact at the outside wall in turn 2 as now the car begins to slowly make its way. It continues up against the wall in 3, but we do have a problem, and we do have a yellow for our first incident of this race.
The leaders pit. Pace car already down on the apron of the racetrack, and the field now is beginning to accelerate. Roberto Guerrero, who is at the front of the field, steps on the accelerator and separates himself a little bit from the leader, Jeff Ward. Here they come down for the start. Jeff Ward continues to run in the top spot. He will lead 41 laps.
Jeff Ward opening up about an 8-car length margin between he and Robbie Buell. Oh, now we've got 3 wide racing to third number 3, and down low it is Eliseo Salazar as he makes his way around Ari Lyondike.
Salazar with a nice move to the bottom of the racetrack. He passed Ari Lyondike.
And the black flag is being displayed for your leader, Bob. The black flag was just displayed for car 35. The leader has been black flagged.
Jeff Ward is black flagged for a pit speed violation, while Robbie Buell and Mark Dismore do battle at the point. And now we look at Dismore as he heads for the bottom of the racetrack. They're wheel to wheel, side by side in turn number 2 for the lead. Who's got to the backstretch?
Mark Dismore is going to nose just ahead, but now it's Robbie Buell, the less than a half a car length there, side by side, reminiscent of Lazier and Stewart that we saw at the Texas Motor Speedway. Still side by side. It is Lazier, rather making it in Buell on the outside.
Just incredible racing here at the line. Again, they're side by side. A slight advantage to Robbie Buell. He's able to hold off the tremendous challenge by Mark Dismore, but it's still a good battle up front as they're through 2 again.
Dismore will try to put his car right on the white line on the bottom side, but now he's going to fall in behind the Robbie Buell machine. So now Buell has about a 3-car length cushion as he heads off of 3 and into 4.
And they're coming up on some slower traffic here. That may play a part in the outcome. Salazar and Ari Lyondike are also very close together as they run in 3rd and 4th position. Dismore goes for it again on the bottom of the track.
Mark Dismore once again less than a car length separating him. He is pulling the side of Robbie Buell. He is going to get the pick off the 95 car, the left car, the 95, and give Dismore an opportunity to make the pass. A beautiful move on the back straight as now he opens up a 2-car length lead over Buell in 4.
Wow, Mark Dismore has never led a lap in IRL competition, but he has now. What a great story. It's Dismore, Buell, and Salazar when Sam Schmidt gets sideways on lap 63.
We've got car number 99 spinning in the back straight. That is Sam Schmidt, and now we've got another car collected as they go off the track. Oh, contact between Dr. Jack Miller and the 99 car of Sam Schmidt. Buzz Calkins' car is also making his way through the grassy infield area just off the back straight.
We do have some cars making pit stops. Only just a handful of cars. Tony Stewart is also coming in. Let's go to Vince Welch.
I'm down in the Tony Stewart pit area, and so far Stewart has been running very clean, and he's really not been running in much traffic at all. So Stewart has certainly taken care of his points championship here this evening. And Stewart is down off the jacket away. Clean stop for Tony Stewart.
The green flag is waving. A rather slow start here, and there's a shuffle for position as Lyondike loses 3 or 4 spots going into turn number 1.
Lyondike has a problem, Bob. He's pulled under the yellow line down on that apron inside turn 1. A very definite problem.
It's a shame, you know, when you're running that good and when you're running as conservative as I was with a shot at the end, then it's too bad. But this is the last race of the year. It's always, you know, bad to go on a note like this.
Boy, we got a scare from 35. Jeff Ward came through turn 4 and actually hit the wall, but hit it flat with both right side tires and continued on.
And the pit stops continue.
We have got Tony Stewart slowing down in the back straight. It appeared that he had made light contact with the outside wall in 2. And could this be a major problem for him? You bet. He's got to finish in the top 8 to clinch this thing. So by no means is this over. Stewart is still on the track, but he is very slow.
On lap 96, leader Dismore pits, putting Robbie Buell in the top spot. The battle for the lead continues. Giaffoni right on the rear wing of that green number 3 car driven by Robbie Buell, and now he'll go for the lead in turn 3, driving to the bottom of the racetrack. However, Buell is able to hold him off. They come through number 4. They're side by side, and Giaffoni is going to get the lead at the line. Giaffoni becomes the 6th different leader of tonight's race. At the halfway point, it's Giaffoni, Buell, and Vincenzo Sospiri. This one is far from over. On lap 116, leader Alfonso Giaffoni pits, giving the top spot to Scott Goodyear for the first time tonight. It's the 4th straight IRL race that Goodyear has led.
And a lengthy stop for Alfonso Giaffoni. No, actually, it's a problem with the left rear wheel. Couldn't get the lug tight. And the car stalled momentarily, as you heard, as he pulled away. A 27-second stop for Alfonso Giaffoni.
And he finally moves away. Meanwhile, Tony Stewart comes in for a pit stop. Vince Welch.
Tony Stewart in for the pit, as you mentioned. They're changing the tires on all 4 sides. They also give an adjustment. And let's go to Mike King.
Oh, we have a crash. We have a crash in the backstretch.
He is brought up to the racetrack. Robbie Buell is going to have to barely miss him as he does. A wheel is rolling free. Giaffoni, Mark, as you were mentioning, the left rear was apparently not tight on the car.
When the race goes green again, it's Phoenix winner Jim Guthrie on top. Here they come off of corner number 4. The green flag is waving. Guthrie followed closely by Buell, and then Kenny Breck is in 3rd position. Let's follow them around as they head for the banking in turn number 2 in a car up high.
The 24 car of Billy Rowe, who made his way very slowly through turn number 2. He took a very high line to stay out of the way of the oncoming traffic, but he now apparently is beginning to get back up to speed.
So again, it is Jim Guthrie leading the race, but the 2nd place car of
an engine is going. An engine is going on Cheever. Eddie Cheever down the front stretch. The yellow is out immediately, and that engine expires, and he pulls to the infield grass inside turn 1.
Just a beautiful job of the caution puts Kenny Breck on top. It's the 2nd straight IRL race that the Monsoon Gallus pilot has led. Oh, and Breck has a problem up in the turn 3 and 4 area. Got way high on the racetrack, and he loses the lead. I don't think it's going to bring out a caution, but something went wrong with Kenny Breck as he led this race. He's going very slowly down in front of us here on the tri-oval area, and Kenny Breck's evening appears to be over. So that gives the lead now to Eliseo Salazar, being chased by Robbie Buell and Mark Dismore and Jimmy Kite. While Davey Hamilton and Tony Stewart continue to battle it out for the points championship, Eliseo Salazar becomes the 10th different leader of tonight's race, a new IRL record.
Tom, let's give an update on the points championship right now. Davey Hamilton runs in 8th position, and the number 2 car of Tony Stewart back in 13th. There are 5 points between those positions. So right now, if the race were to end, Tony would take the title by 5 points.
Johnny Unser's smoking machine brings out another caution as the leaders pit. Here comes the field off of corner number 4, waiting to see the green flag. It finally waves, and let's see what happens. There's a lot of traffic here in front of us. Dismore to the inside of Salazar as they head for turn number 1, and Scott Goodyear is also right there. Mike King.
Boy, and we've got a car that is slowing on the outside. That car is going to pull way up away from traffic, but you're right, Bob. As John Paul Jr. leads it down, remember, he is not contending for the lead right now. We've got another car that is dipping into the pit, but Eliseo Salazar is your leader as he gets away from a huge bit of traffic that was running on that restart.
That was quite a restart indeed. I thought Dismore was going to get second, and I thought maybe they were going to get first, rather, and Goodyear able to move up also, but they remain Salazar, Dismore, and Goodyear. As the laps wind down, less than a second separates Salazar and Dismore up front, while Davey Hamilton and Tony Stewart now run 7th and 11th.
Tony Stewart once again got very high as he made his way through turn number 2, and the engine sounded like it was coughing just a bit. Tony Stewart is being passed and lapped once again as he makes his way through 1 and 2. He is clearly a car not up to speed, and Tony Stewart is going to have to nurse this thing to the finish and try to hope that he's got enough to hold on, because right now he does not have a very good mount under it.
The racing is tremendous. The wheel-to-wheel battling is what the IRL is all about. Scott Goodyear is the guy we're keeping our eyes on. It's about 2 or 3 car lengths between him and the second-place car of Mark Dismore.
And he took a shot on the inside of turn 1, could not make the pass. About 2 car lengths now separate those two down the backstretch.
But with just 9 laps to go, Marco Greco is slow in turn 2. Roberto Guerrero, running right behind him, comes up quickly at speed.
A big crash involving Roberto Guerrero. The car gets upside down. Big contact on the pavement, and has come apart in the back straight. The car has come to a stop, and Roberto Guerrero is the car involved. I can see that he is moving and is trying to get out of the car. It has come to a stop, a 1-car incident, a lot of debris on the back straight, and he is crawling from the car, and he is okay.
Boy, this was an incredible crash. I cannot emphasize it enough. It was just very, very scary. We're watching to see.
Oh, he got over somebody else. He rode over the left rear of another car.
And with both the race and the points championship still on the line, the race goes green for the final 5-lap trophy dash.
Salazar with about an 8 to 10 car length lead over Mark Dismore. Dismore now, though, trying to desperately hold off Scott Goodyear, and Goodyear's going to get underneath him in 4.
And Goodyear passes Dismore, and Fuel also passes as Dismore is out of fuel. We anticipate he's slowing dramatically. Meanwhile, the leader, Eliseo Salazar, is off of 2 and on the backstretch. Eliseo Salazar's first ever IRL victory over a hard-charging Scott Goodyear makes for the 9th different winner this season in the IRL and gives Salazar and car owner Andy Evans their first ever IRL IndyCar wins.
Yeah, to be honest, I cry because, it's something so great, that I've been looking in the last 3 years in Indy. I train hard every day, and I devote my life 24 hours for this, so I cry on the warm-up lap thinking, what, I made it.
It's also a special night for Dick Simon. The Team Scandia engineer has long been an IndyCar driver and car owner, but the Las Vegas 500K represents Simon's first ever appearance in victory lane.
Never been able to pull it off. And today, when Eliseo was in the lead there so many laps, I kept looking up at the good Lord and saying, please, may this be the one.
I'm surprised tears aren't rolling down your face. You're a real emotional guy.
I'm very emotional, but I'm still shocked. It'll set in.
The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority has offered the winner of tonight's race a chance to double the $100,000 winner's purse. Salazar's luck comes up short this time, and the Chilean pilot will have to settle for Team Scandia's first ever IRL win.
Thank you all the fans, IRL fans. I think we proved this year that the series is very, very competitive, hard racing, and I hope they support us next year.
The IRL championship goes to Tony Stewart, who fights an ill-handling car all evening to finish 11th, while Davey Hamilton ends up 7th, giving the points title to Team Menard by the narrowest of margins.
Well, I just can't. It hasn't sunk in quite yet, I was busy running Robbie's car, and every time I looked at Tony's car, I'm going, ooh, I hope these guys make it. I hope it makes it. And man, it made it. It's a culmination of a lifetime's work for me.
I've been at this 20-something years. It's the first time. This is almost better than winning the race.
The car pushed all night, and I think we had a shock that must have went away or something, because no matter what, we couldn't do it.
How about it?
You're sweating an awful lot now, baby.
I got a cold bag. Better use
baby.
Yes.
Scott Goodyear ends up 2nd in Las Vegas, his 6th top 10 finish of the season. For Goodyear, victory lane remains yet a step away.
We're 2nd and on the podium, not what we wanted. Certainly wanted to win it. But, you know, we were closer. We were always catching these guys. We just didn't seem like we had enough just to get past them.
Robbie Buell finishes third for Team Menard. On the heels of a win in New Hampshire, Buell's strong finish sets the stage for next season.
For me, it's great to be driving for a team like that. Those guys give me a car that can finish that way at every race, and I'm looking forward to carrying this momentum over to next year.
The 16 cars running at the finish of the Las Vegas 500K are a new IRL record. For the Oldsmobile Indy Aurora V8, it's been a season of unparalleled successes. On the pole and a winner in each of the 1997 IRL events, including Las Vegas, Oldsmobile demonstrates a unique ability to produce a championship engine in an incredibly short amount of time. Tony Stewart's first ever IndyCar championship highlights a competitive season that sees 9 different winners in 10 IRL events. Stewart leads the most laps, but Davey Hamilton completes the most laps as the balance of the new league begins to unfold.
It's difficult to explain. You know, a race is something you accomplish on a weekend. You have a good weekend. A championship is something you accomplish over 12 months. And
It's been a long 12
the winter, the off season is going to be great for us. That's all I tell you.
The Rookie of the Year is Jim Guthrie. His incredible win in Phoenix on a power plant far past its life expectancy is a story for the ages. Ari Luyendyk is the season's top money winner. With 2 poles and 2 wins, including the 1997 Indianapolis 500, Luyendyk earns more than $2 million for Treadway racing. Some news and notes now as we get ready for another season on the road to Indy.
Ari Luyendyk wins the 1997 Indianapolis 500, the 81st running of this edition, by 0.7 of a second over Scott Goodyear.
And the news gets even better for Luyendyk and Treadway Racing in 1998, as the fastest man ever at Indianapolis has a brand new multi-year sponsorship deal.
Sprint PCS is pleased to join with 2 of our partners in providing nationwide PCS service, those partners being Radio Shack and Qualcomm, to announce that we have signed a multi-year primary sponsorship agreement with Treadway Racing and driver Ari Luyendyk, the 1997 Indianapolis 500 winning team.
Also unveiling its new look for the next 2 IRL racing seasons is the newly formed Pennzoil Panther racing program. Scott Goodyear moves from Treadway Racing, where he was Luyendyk's teammate, to a solo spot with the Pennzoil sponsorship. Indianapolis Colts quarterback Jim Harbaugh heads a group of Indianapolis-based ownership seeking to be a part of the IRL's exciting form of racing.
We feel like that we want to put the pieces together from a team standpoint and give Scott Goodyear a chance to win the Indy 500.
I get to drive a brightly yellow Pennzoil Panther car, so certainly a notable name in motor racing and certainly a notable name around the Indianapolis 500.
And finally, the 1998 Indy Racing League schedule has been released and includes 2 venues not previously announced. With the overwhelming success of the inaugural Texas race this past June, a second IRL event has been added at Texas Motor Speedway. And for the first time since 1969, the Indianapolis-style cars return to Dover Downs, Delaware. The IRL will run the Monster Mile next July the 19th. For the Road to Indy, I'm Bob Jenkins.